Hello lads and ladies, and welcome back for another video on the channel. Today back with some more Sky Bet League One content. Now the end of the season is very near and I'm going to give you my play of the season for every League One club. You may agree, you may disagree. Let me know your play of the season in your eye. Again, so many players at so many clubs could be up for this, whether they've scored goals, whether they've gone under the radar, whether they may have just been a good signing for you. And if you are new, please drop me a subscription. We're so close to 17,000 subscribers. We're just over 100 away, and I'd love it, absolutely love it, if we can hit it by the end of the season in a week's time. So get subscribed, because this is your home of League One and League Two content. And I tell you what, if we smash, we'll go for 150 likes on this one. We'll do one for Sky Bet League Two. At Shrewsbury, there's a few players that come to mind. Young Josh Feeney, who I know quite well from his time at Fleetwood, done very well as a youngster going in on loan. But I'm going to go for John Marquis. It's very hard to say a player of the season that's pretty much won 7 times all season, got 30 points. There is a few players, Lloyd up there as well, has had a decent period for them as well. But I'm going to go for John Marquis because he's scored a few goals. I think he's got 7 goals now in the league. He's been a bit of a talisman. He's something to hit. He's something to focus on. At Cambridge, similar boat to Shrewsbury when you've been so poor for so long. Josh Stokes, who's come in on loan from Bristol City and scored a few goals. Young lad, raw, very eager to impress. And he's impressed me from what I've seen as well. Scored a few big goals under Neil Harris in recent weeks and recent months as well. For me, I think we could see him back in League One next season, but with another football club. At Crawley, there's a few players that come to mind. Jeremy Kelly's a very good player, the best player in the world, as Scott Lindsay said to him on his arrival back to the football club last month. But I'm going to go for Kamani Doyle, who I was surprised that Crawley were able to get. A fantastic player, can get goals, can get assists, adds a lot of energy and gives an attacking input for the Red Devils in their side. Very impressed with him this season. He's my Crawley Town player of the season. At Bristol Rovers, Josh Griffiths would always be number one until he got recalled in January. However, I'm going to go for Connor Taylor. Been there for the full season. Again, when one of your defenders is getting it and you're down there, you can kind of see you've been tested. He's a good young defender, is Connor Taylor. Burton are in a similar boat to Bristol Rovers as they are both fighting against the drop. There's a few players for me that could be Burton Albion's player. Charlie Webster, boom, 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 I want you in my room. Max Crocombe is another great player as a goalkeeper as well, but I've gone for Sweeney at the back. Fantastic player as well. Can even give you a goal in the other team's box as well. Heads and kicks everything away. Proper old school centre back as well. And I know Burton Albion fans are very appreciative towards the player. At Mansfield, I've gone for Evans, who's scored a few goals since going in as well. I could have gone for Keanu Backers, who I think is a fantastic player as well. But I've gone for Evans for his goals, his will to fight, his will to run, to be able to step into League One after a fantastic season in League Two. At Northampton, a football club that have normally suffered the second season syndrome at this level, I'm going to go and give it to Cameron McGeehan, who has been fantastic. I think it's 15 goal contributions for that man this season, one of his best goal tallies at this level, goals and assists. He was fantastic for Colchester last term and one of their best players. He's stepped up a level yet again. He's been at the level before with Portsmouth, Barnsley and Scunthorpe, just to name 3, Barnsley as well. Fantastic player, giving them something extra, can play in a multiple of different positions as well. So I'm going to go and give it to Cameron McGeehan. At Peterborough, I'm really torn between 2. Kwame Poku is their best player and has got as many goals and assists as Malik Mothersill. Poku has been out for 2 or 3 months of the season and his tally for goals and assists up to November was one of the best in the division until his injury that sidelined him out till the end of February. But I'm going to give it to Malik Mothersill, mainly because did I expect Malik Mothersill to have as good season as he's had? Probably not. Did I expect it from Kwame Poku? Yes, the level that he's been at, probably not as good as he's been. But I'm going to give it to Malik Mothersill because I've been more surprised by him. I think that we know Kwame Poku's, his quality, and he is probably their best player. But over the full season, Malik Mothersill's been more available. At Exeter, for me, It's between a few. I really like their team. I'm going to go and give it to Joe Whitworth, though. His goal prevention earlier on in the season was I think the best in the division, actually. The next, when they get tested a bit more, they lose key players like Kramer in the January window. He started to get a bit found out, but he still kept, a really good number of clean sheets. For me, I've got no doubt in my mind that he'll go and play internationally for England in the next 5 or 6 years. Fantastic player. Exeter always seem to get a good loan player. At Wigan, between two, Sam Tickle again, same boat as Joe Whitworth, future England goalkeeper for me. Dale Taylor at the other end scored goals where they maybe would have lacked, but I'm going to give it to Sam Tickle. For me, he is their best player. He is a future England goalkeeper, like I've previously mentioned. He's a fantastic shot stopper, good with his feet, got all the attributes you would want. At Stevenage, I could go for a few. I've got Farley in my ear going, go on the boys, go on the Borough. But I'm going to go for Dan Kemp. 10 goals, 4 assists in 40 games this season. Again, great player, scores big goals at big important moments. I think Barnsley and Wrexham away, those 2 games in space of 3 days where Stevenage scored 4 away goals. At the time, he'd only scored 5 goals prior to that. All season on the road as well. He hasn't been a great watch in terms of attacking output this season, but Dan Kemp gives him something a little bit different in the final third. At Rotherham, I've gone for Sam Nombe, a fantastic striker at the level that we all know about. He has been hit and miss this season as well. Rotherham have been hit and miss. He was great for Exeter, I thought, as well. I think he's got 17 goal contributions in a struggling team that have struggled at times to really get going. For me, probably Rotherham's player of the season. You could name a few, but it's really hard at these mid-table clubs that haven't really done a lot. Barnsley, it's Davis Keeler-Dunn, the man with 16 goals, 7 assists this term. He actually got 22 goals, 10 assists in all competitions for Mansfield, arriving at Oakwell in August. Played for Mansfield at Oakwell in Mansfield's 2-1 win at Oakwell. He struggled to win at Oakwell since, being a Barnsley player, but this season he's been a fantastic acquisition for a side that don't really have a centre forward. He's not that type of player. He's got goals, he gets assists. He's been an absolute joy to watch. His numbers compared to the best in the world as well. At Lincoln, the player that's statistically one of the best centre-backs in the division, Paddy O'Connor, a solid League One centre-back that you put it on him, he'll head and kick, but can also play a little bit as well and progress you up the pitch. Solid player at the level. He's one of those types of players that if you are between maybe 3rd and 10th in the division, Paddy O'Connor is your man. He's probably not that man to really go and step you onto that next level, but he's probably good where Lincoln are. They want to get to the next level. He can take you where Lincoln want to get to, and that's into the top 6 and try and push on for the championship. But I don't think he's at a level of Birmingham City. But for me, statistically, one of the best centre-backs in the division. For one of the best cities, well, is it the best city in the world? It's only 17th in English, according to some, Jake. At Blackpool, very tough because I've been really impressed by Ashley Fletcher in 2025. I think he's come good. For me, Ashley Fletcher needs 3 chances and he will take 1. I think that Sonny Carey in recent months has been really good. I think he's got 8 goals now as well. Lee Evans has created one of the most chances, if not the most, in the division. They've got good players in good areas of Blackpool. They've just suffered. I'm going to go for Albie Morgan, something a little bit different. Can get goals, can get assists, box to box, offer something a little bit different. I like him. And this with Blackpool, you can say so many different players, but I'm going to go for Albie Morgan. If Niall Ennis was there for 12 months and maybe you saw a bit more of him, he might have got a mention as well. At Huddersfield, I've gone for Ben Wiles, who's got 8 goals and 5 assists this term. In the struggling Huddersfield side, Josh Caroma, Marshall could have all been there as well. For me, I really like Ben Wiles. I don't think he's a championship player. I think you look at his goal return in League One for Rotherham, it was decent at the championship level. When he's probably in a poorer side against good opposition, he struggled. I think Kasumu could be in with an option as well. I think that he's a steady Eddie. I thought he was the best player on the pitch when I watched Huddersfield against Lincoln. At Bolton Wanderers, where do you start? Because they've been so abject for most of the season and hid behind Ian Evatt. They've lost 18 games all season. Defensively, they've been poor where normally they're strong. I'm going to go for Sean because I don't think I expected much from him and he's impressed me whenever I've watched him. He's given something different to the Bolton Wanderers team. For me, there's so many players that don't deserve to be at the football club next season. At Reading, the football club that refused to say die, as Dai Yong hopefully is selling his share in the football club. But in midfield this year, Harvey Nibbs with 14 goals and 5 assists over the season for the former Cambridge man. He's a fantastic player. I think in back-to-back seasons now he's scored over 15 goals in all competitions for Reading. You look at that midfield of Lewis Wing and Charlie Savage and Nibbs. It's not bad. They're in the playoff mix as well. We're losing Sam Smith, who they were thinking, oh, please, will you stay with me? And the fans were thinking, I'm not the only one that wants you to stay. But enough on the Sam Smith puns. He's been a fantastic player. He's really kicked on his career since leaving Cambridge. Fantastic for the football club. Leyton Orient, I'm very, very torn between this. Jamie Donnelly has been outstanding in the last 4 or 5 months to a man. But I'm going to give it to Charlie Kelman, who's got 25 goal contributions and scored 15 goals this calendar year. He's been absolutely a revelation. He's finally really got going in his career. He's still only, I think, 23 years of age. He scored 21 goals for the season, and of which 15 this term, as already mentioned. He's on a real goal-scoring run, as we know strikers can get on. And without that, are Leyton Orient where they are? Probably not. Jamie Donnelly does come close as well. There's so many for Leyton Orient. You could say they've had a great season, and deservedly so. Richie Wellens is up for Manager of the Year as well. At Stockport County, Louis Barry would obviously be the #1 pick, but I'm not a massive fan of picking players that left in January. I'm going over the base of the season, where Stockport County have picked up their form. Are they a better team without a wonder kid Louis Barry in? They're not. But I think they're a better core and they can get the best out of what they've got now. They used to play football suited towards Louis Barry. They're now playing football suited to the 11 players on the pitch. And the likes of Alafe, Wotton, Collar, Norwood, of all, Horsfield at the back as well, have all kind of really been core players from this year. Corey Adai's come back into the team as well. But I'm going to go give it to Wotton as well, who's been absolutely brilliant. 11 goals, 7 assists this season. He's one of those types of players. He might not get the goals to show his performances, but he can hold it, he can bring others into play, he does the nasty work back to goal, good in front of goal as well, and improved in front of goal in recent weeks and months. At Charlton, I've gone for Lloyd Jones. Very tough. Matty Gordon's really impressed me this season. I think Berry's really impressed me. Thierry Small at times has impressed me. I think Tyrese Campbell running down the wing has also impressed me, not just for a great chant and the way that Greg Doherty, another one, was singing it in one of the social media posts posted by the Addicts just a few weeks ago. But I'm going to give it to Lloyd Jones, steady Eddie at the back. Charlton started the season building the foundations at the back by keeping clean sheets, and they found it tough to win games between October and December. Nathan Jones has done a fantastic job. So for me, I'm going to give it to Lloyd Jones at Charlton. That is everything that a Nathan Jones side is. Hard to play against, nasty, good defenders. At Wickham, I think it'd be absolutely anything but to say Richard Coney. The guy's got 18 goals, 3 assists this term. I think that it was being rumoured into a £6 million move to Luton that could have gone up to £7 million. That Wickham rejected. Their hopes rely on him for promotion. Without his goals, I don't think they are anywhere near. He's been an absolute revelation since coming in, and his story is really, heartwarming as well, that how he's come over it. At Wrexham, I'm going to go for Max Cleworth. Again, a fantastic young centre-back as well. That I probably butchered his name, but he's a fantastic player. He actually scored the winner in a pre-season game against Fleetwood Town back in August, and since then he's really kicked on. Been at the football club a while now. I could give it to the likes of Barnett, who's been fantastic as well. Sam Smith, since joining the football club, outstanding to a man as well. You look at even in midfield, George Dobson, Ollie Rathbone, James McLean on the other side as well, just to rattle a few feathers as well. He's grown up at the football club, grown through the divisions as well. National League to Championship in the space of, literally in the space of 2 years. Remarkable. At Birmingham, Ryan Alsop, Laird, Ben Davis, Clara, Gardner Hickman, Paik, Iwata, Willem Williamson, Alfie May, Cashy Anderson, Jay Stansfield, Bailey Peacock Farrell, the mascot. Where do I begin? I'm going to go for Christoph Clara, who wasn't nominated for the League One Player of the Season. Now, I think Birmingham fans were like, where is he? I think that if he would have gone up, they'd have been like, well, where's Peck or where's Iwata? For me, I would have gone Peck over Iwata because I think that them two together are fantastic, but I really like Peck a lot. And we go for Clara because people always compare their centre-backs with Clara and say, well, he's got more blocks, he's got more clearances. Clara doesn't have to do as much, but what Clara does do is play the game beautifully, and he does the effective things so well, and you can see he's a level above. When the ball comes to his feet, when he anticipates it, he's so good at that. He's been a steady Eddie all season as well. Off Clara, fantastic player, and my Birmingham City Player of the Year. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. Please drop us a like. Can we get 150 of them? And also subscribe, because this is your home of League One and League Two and DFL content as well. Loads to come between now and the end of May. We've got playoff content, team of the seasons. We've got end of the season predictions as well. Playoff content, kind of reacting to all the league predictions we did. Kind of having a look at all the bases. League One Awards, our own League One Award show as well. So get subscribed for it. It would mean a lot. 100 away from... just over 100 away from 17,000 subscribers. Until next time, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Up the League One. Let me know in the comments who your player of the season are down below for your team, and maybe a few other clubs that you may agree or disagree. Give me a list down below. Maybe a new deal for him. Good save.